Leicester 0-3 Newcastle. Highlights, man of the match, stats as Jacob Murphy stars in Magpies victory. A chorus of boos echoed around the King Power Stadium as Leicester City suffered a humiliating 3-0 defeat to Newcastle United in the Premier League on Monday night. Newcastle flew into an early lead as Jacob Murphy tapped in at the back post inside 2 minutes, then doubled the advantage by converting the rebound from Fabian Schär's audacious halfway-line strike that struck the crossbar, securing a commanding start for the Magpies within 11 minutes. Fox's fans were seen streaming out of the stadium after the miserable start, and Leicester's misery was only compounded further when former player Harvey Barnes turned home from close range to make it 3 for Newcastle after just 30 minutes of action. With knowledge of the victory already assured, Newcastle clearly took their foot off the gas in the second half, meaning Leicester were able to deny the Magpies and keep the final score at 3-0. Sportsmole's verdict. It has now been an unbelievable 12 hours and 45 minutes since Leicester City last scored a league goal, a record that has never been seen in the history of Premier League football. The Foxes certainly showed more attacking intent in the second half, but a real lack of quality, which summarizes their campaign, meant they were still unable to break the unwanted goalless streak. Ruud van Nistelrooy's men have now shipped 21 goals since last scoring in the league, and their relegation is all but confirmed, as they trail 17th-placed Wolverhampton Wanderers by 15 points with 21 left to play for. As for Newcastle, they hardly broke a sweat as they strolled to the 3-0 victory, with a particularly strong first-half performance seeing them break through the Leicester defense virtually at will. Their 3-0 advantage at halftime meant they eased off in the second 45 minutes, potentially missing out on a chance to further close the goal difference on Chelsea, who boast +17 to Newcastle's +13, but Eddie Howe will be delighted with his side's comfortable triumph. They are now in a brilliant position to return to Champions League football next season, trailing 4th-place Chelsea only on goal difference, with a game in hand on the teams around them. Leicester City vs Newcastle United highlights. Jacob Murphy goal versus Leicester City 2nd minute, Leicester City 0-1 Newcastle United. Newcastle lead already. Far too easy for the Magpies. The ball is switched from right to left by Joe Linton, where Barnes squares up James Justin just outside the box and plays a pass into the path of the overlapping Tino Livramento. Livramento fires a left-footed cross across the Leicester goal, and Murphy is completely free at the back post to poke into the net and give Newcastle an early lead. Jacob Murphy goal versus Leicester City 11th minute, Leicester City 0-1 Newcastle United. Murphy scores again. So close from Schär. Schär dispossesses Jamie Vardy just inside the Newcastle half and instantly spots Mads Hermansen off his line. And the defender tries an audacious effort from the halfway line. Schär's effort crashes off the crossbar and bounces back to Murphy, who initially takes a poor touch but is able to smash into the back of the net to double their lead. Harvey Barnes goal versus Leicester City 34th min, Leicester City 0-3 Newcastle United. 3 for Newcastle. This is getting ugly for Leicester. Barnes intercepts a pass just outside the Newcastle box and springs forward, playing a ball into the path of Alexander Isak, who looks to cut in and shoot. Isak's effort is blocked, and Joelinton's effort from the rebound saved, but the ball drops perfectly to Barnes inside the box to finish off the move that he started. Man of the match, Jacob Murphy. It was rather hard to single out a standout performer for Newcastle United, as the entire team was clearly a cut above their opponents, despite barely needing to shift into a higher gear. However, Murphy scored twice to solidify Newcastle's lead, continuing his sensational run of form in recent months, and as a result, the winger is our man of the match. Murphy. who scored with both of his only shots in the match, takes his tally to 7 goals and 7 assists in the Premier League since December 7, with only Isak and Mohamed Salah managing more in that time. Leicester City vs Newcastle United match stats. Possession, Leicester City 58% to 42% Newcastle United. Shots, Leicester City 7 to 16 Newcastle United. Shots on target, Leicester City 2 to 5 Newcastle United. Corners, Leicester City 12 to 2 Newcastle United. Fouls, Leicester City 8 to 9 Newcastle United. What next? Leicester City have now lost 8 consecutive matches across all competitions and have failed to score in any of their last 7 league fixtures, 2 streaks they will be desperate to break when they face Brighton Hove Albion on Saturday. Meanwhile, Newcastle's victory lifts them to 5th in the table, only behind Chelsea on goal difference, and they will aim to maintain their Champions League charge when they clash with Manchester United on Sunday. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.